Welcome everyone to Fanboy Frenzy, the only podcast on the internet that made the castle run in less than 12 seconds. I am your host, Ryan Jarvis, and I have to say that I just watched what 33 million people plus have watched, and that is the Star Wars Episode VII trailer. Words cannot describe exactly how this guy feels being a lifelong Star Wars fan about said trailer. However, I do think I have a little picture that will probably make the case very well. Freaking mind blown! That's what I feel about it. Watching it from the very beginning, man, it's creepy. I got a stormtrooper dude, with his freaking mask off. You hear a creepy guy talking in the background about, do you feel it? You're damn right I feel it. I feel like we're finally going to get a good Star Wars movie. And moving on from that, actually seeing a lightsaber. Did you freaking see the lightsaber in that movie? Oh my god. I can't believe that they actually made that shit look like the Sword of Camelot or something. It was totally different than anything else that's been out before. But being a Star Wars fan my entire life, there are things I'm kind of curious about. And maybe you are curious about the same. Now, granted, a lot of people on YouTube have been talking about the trailer, so I'm pretty sure eventually we're going to talk about some of the same shit. But I just want to make a point that being someone who kind of is privy to what happens in the graphic novels, about or the expanded universe of Star Wars for episodes 7, 8, and 9, I'm kind of curious if that's what's actually going to happen in the movie. And for some of you that may not be aware, basically we get a repeat of what happened in episode 4, 5, and 6. Only this time, it isn't, Luke Skywalker trying to convert his father, Darth Vader. It's actually Luke Skywalker who turns to the dark side. And it's his sister, Leia, that has to bring him back. Now, is that what we're going to get? I don't give a shit. I just know it's going to be better than 1, 2, and 3, hands down. Hands down. But with that being said, I figured that with this trailer finally coming out, all the speculation is over. Is J.J. Abrams going to be able to do for Star Wars what he did for Star Trek and revitalize it? Me personally, I think he'll be able to do that. But not everybody's convinced. But you know what? It doesn't matter because it's still going to be better than episode 1, 2, and 3. But all that being said, looking at the video and looking at the content, we even saw the Millennium Falcon. So what all did we see exactly? Millennium Falcon, we saw what looked like to be an R2-D2 type of character in there, and all in all, we seen sand and shit. Looked like they're back on Tatooine, but who knows? Who knows with this? All I know is I'm excited, being a Star Wars fan, to finally see Episode 7 coming to light, because when you're a kid, like I was born in 1980, so I was born the year Empire Strikes Back came out. And so when I was 3 years old, Return of the Jedi came out. And when the movie was over, the Ewoks are all happy and shit in their tree houses, and they're playing the happy music, which has been edited. Thanks, George Lucas. But we're finally seeing what happens after. Because that movie had so much weight. You've seen Vader come back home, so to speak. He came back to the light side of the Force. He came back to the good side. You've seen Luke finally control his anger. He did what was needed to convert his father, and then you've seen Leia. Leia finally figured out that Luke is her brother. You've seen Han and Leia further their relationship. And, you just seen a very, very good close of probably the greatest trilogy, in my personal opinion, in cinema history. That is, in my opinion. But quite frankly, all I hope is that they do it justice. I do know the gentleman who's playing C-3PO came out, a couple of months ago and said on IGN that he felt that this movie is going to top Empire Strikes Back. Now, quite frankly, that's a hard pill to swallow. But, again, considering 1, 2, and 3 we've got, I'm sure it's going to be freaking awesome. But, again, I'm sure that you're like me and is absolutely mind blown right now. For me, being not only a fan of Star Wars, but a fan of sci-fi and pop culture, Star Wars is Every one of those things. It is the cornerstone of pop culture for the past 30 years in this country. I mean, it is absolutely that cornerstone. And to think that we're finally in this generation, you know, I have a son and a daughter. I'm actually going to be able to take them to see Star Wars in a movie theater. Whereas back in the day, I wasn't able to. They weren't old enough at that time. And now it's actually going to freaking happen. But the thing is, are we going to get Luke Skywalker turning? Are we going to get it? You know, is the Emperor Palpatine clone? Is that going to carry over into this movie? Is Luke going to convert? Is he going to turn? Are they going to have Leia with her children, you know, having the powers of the Force as well? Hopefully, I think all that's going to happen with all the original cast there present. But all in all, I feel like you feel that it's going to be freaking amazing. And I felt that it's the perfect opportunity for Fanboy Frenzy to make its debut in the YouTube universe, if you will. You can catch us. We will be updating videos constantly on YouTube for you and for your enjoyment. And we talk about everything from gaming, pro wrestling, television and movies, and just basically we are one-stop shop for pop culture conversation. You can visit us at facebook.com/Fanboy Frenzy and like the page, and that will actually give you the opportunity to even call into our podcast and be a guest and talk about just a freaking huge range of subjects. You can also visit us at mixcloud.com/Fanboy Frenzy, and you can download the episodes from there right onto your personal tablet or whatever the choice would be for you. But we're thankful for you to be listening to the program today, and all I gotta say is that trailer was batshit crazy, and we cannot wait to see the next trailer that's coming. And I cannot wait, on behalf of Fanboy Frenzy, to see you the next time. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.